right back out. New perspective gain from all the pain and stress. And when I do come back, I'm stronger than ever before. So kneel down this burning of peace. Look into my eyes. Now tell me the things you love me about behind my back. Definitely, our heart is hard to break down. It's to let go. I wonder if this is going down. Who am I? Am I not unique? Maybe I'm not
Alright. Before we start anything, I must tell you guys, I'm sick. So I'm gonna sound absolutely fucking terrible about all of this. My apologies. Only so much I can do about my poor breathing. Sorry. But I was feeling a bit spontaneous as I arrived home and decided to finally, because I've been wanting to do this. Actually, I've been wanting to do it on a way more massive scale. I wanted to do like a top 100 player list. But to be honest, that would just take way too fucking long. And even a 50 would take too long. Plus, I think most people don't really care about that many players in general. So, I'm gonna stick with a small little top 10. Can you hear me? Is my mic? Should be better. Gonna stick with a top 10 list though. And we're putting it together. Well, I'm not really caring what you say because it's my list. No offense. But respect to your list as well. But I am working on it right now on the spot is what I should have said. So I already have in my head, like when I picture the top 10, because I've had conversations with like Trio in the past about it. So there is a blurry image of a top 10 in my brain, if you will. You can barely hear me. How about now? Is it the music or is it the mic? Tell me. Is it both? Can you hear me, Moth? I think that should fix it. Again, sorry for how I sound, because I'm recovering from a cold, but I don't want to continue too far and you can't hear me, you know. So, why it can't... Give me a thumb, Moth. Give me a thumb up or a thumb down, because the delay is making it a bit difficult for me to decipher what you're responding to. So just give me a thumb up or a thumb down if it's good or not. Damn, it's that far delay? That's crazy. I'm gonna turn this down a bit more just to be safe. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You can? Okay. Should be good. Right. So, as I was saying, this list, if anybody knows me, you know I don't... Oh, I see. So my criteria for top 10, if anyone knows me, you should know that when I'm ranking, I rank based off of three big things: longevity, consistency, and results, right? So take those three things into account and you should see the consistency throughout my list. And there is going to be bias, as there should be with everyone's. Everyone, like, if there was no bias, then everyone would have the same exact opinion on the top 10s and you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna split things when I need to split them, just based off of bias. I'm not going off of somebody that played a bunch of King, was good in exhibition games, and never really showed up to tournaments, because that, I don't really consider that being... I don't want to say I don't consider that being a professional King player, but I almost don't, because there's some great street ballers, right? Some great hoopers out there that could probably break an NBA player's ankles, but throw them in an NBA game, and it's a different story. They're out of their element, you know? So, that aside, I think we should jump into it. I'm going to have an honorable mentions that is like the 11 through 15 range. Not numbered. You can put them like wherever you want, basically. And again, we're going over this at the same. You're seeing this list at the same time that I'm seeing it. Okay, so I'm making it on the spot. I have the top 10 in my head of like a blurry image, but the honorable mentions I am gonna on the spot it. So can I get this up? And then maybe make this. No, we don't need this up at all, actually. Okay, so we're gonna have this up here. Yes, sir. You can tell that it's on the spot because this shit is literally named Untitled at the top left. This shit is literally just made. But for my honorable mentions, and there's stuff that's gonna be subject to change as we go along too. So let's go. In my brain, when I think of honorable mention, is like the criteria I said earlier, like someone that is amazing. You know what? I'm gonna rip the band-aid off and put him as the first honorable mention because it's gonna piss Tim off. But based off of the criteria that I said, it has to be done. DP. If we're talking pure skill only, then DP would be here. But you gotta remember, my personal list, I'm ranking your longevity. DP only played Horizon 2. I'm ranking your tournament results. DP only joined 2 tournaments and he won one of them and got disqualified from the other. And your consistency. Consistency was hella high. He never had a low point. And that alone, I guess, would have him, and of course his dominance. He still has the farthest gap amongst, like, from the second best player in the world than any other King player ever. Any other number 1 player, skill-wise, at any year, never had a gap on the number 2 as far as DP did. And do you know who the number 2 player was when DP was the number 1? It was Tuner fucking Mark. So that should tell you something. When there was a visible gap between Tuner Mark and the next person that was better than him, and still remains as the biggest gap ever. So rip the band-aid off, do it first, put DP in the honorable mentions. Excuse me again for my terrible sickness. Another person, let's remove this, by the way. And hold on, one second. I'm getting a call. 1 second. Alright. So, at number, or I guess not number. I'm trying to remember how I had my headset positioned. Okay. So, another person we're adding to the honorable mentions is going to be Musty. I don't know what the hell you want to fucking go by, man. Just calling you Musty, alright? I'm going to just start calling you Daniel or some random shit when I really get the chance, huh? So, we have Musty now. Another person that fits that DP criteria, but on a way less scale as far as he joined way more tournaments. He's been around twice as long. Skill is obviously not the gap, I mean, between him and whoever he's better than is not nearly as wide as DP and Tuner was. But the rest of the list, like I said, this shit is subject to change too. The rest of the list is going to smoothen out how all of this looks. Great player. In my opinion, if we're talking just pure skill, I think Misty can be the best player in the world. I honestly think he might be the best player in the world, but he's not the best player in the world type shit. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those, like, still just want to see that. I want to see the drive that Speed has. I want to see Misty with that drive, because that would rival like a DP Tuner kind of thing, but again, less of a gap, but it would rival that kind of like head-to-head that we had back in Horizon 2, even though it wasn't a head-to-head again because of the gap. But you know what the fuck I mean, hopefully. Misty is, I believe, number 2 in the world right now. I don't want to look at the ranks, but I think he is number 2 in the world. And excuse me. We all know what the hell Misty can do when he puts his mind to it. But that is, in my opinion, the biggest problem. We need him to put his mind to it 100% of the time, not just 75%. Because yeah, you can get by when you have 75% of Misty's skill. That's still like triple of the average King player. But it leaves that 25% of what if. And me personally, I don't want to be living in a world of what ifs. I want to know what the hell Misty can do when he puts his mind to it 100%. So I'm gonna leave him there. Again, this can change. I might come back to it, put him at 10 or some shit. But I do think this is right as of now. Another honorable mention. Again, these 5 here are not in order. You can put them anywhere, and I wouldn't really be mad. So we're gonna go with Scion. And actually, I should have had this up, not that. This. Because we can also look at, this is incomplete. It's probably like 90% complete, missing mainly the UKC stuff. I've been saying for fucking, since I've created this, that I gotta get with Tim in a park, just haven't at the time. And just really spend like an hour or two putting the UKC stuff into here. But that aside, we still can look at DPs because it doesn't really, I guess, affect him. This is DPs, whatever, results of all time. And as you can see, he only has one. Well, no, he's supposed to have a result here. Is just, I should put fucking DQ because that's really what it was. He got DQ'd there. But I'll come back to this and find out the actual placement from Tim, because again, that's why I haven't gotten the full results to it. But he was definitely in this tournament. Oh no. Am I wrong? No, I'm right. Yeah, I'm correct. Okay. And he got DQ'd. I'm gonna come back to that. So yeah, you can see DP as mythical as he is. If we're going just off of my criteria that I said earlier, does not have nearly the results that a top 10 player of all time should have. A DQ and a first. I mean, look, no. So we go over to Misty. Again, unfinished because the UKC stuff is missing for the most part. Can we actually... I think I can go here. But I don't know how to read this. That sounds so bad because it's just obvious numbers and shit, right? But I don't remember what was what. A lot of these I didn't even play in, so I don't have that much of, I guess, an opinion on it, other than just, I guess that's almost better than, right? Because I'm just looking at the facts and not adding any personal stuff to it. Rank 2 in the world, UKC Season 1 for Misty. He did play in UKCs. We're gonna come back to that though. Come back to that. We might have to put him up, but the thing is, he only, and this is, you know, we have to also talk about Horizon 5. Horizon 5 has been out longer than any other Horizon has. Hence, there's been only one game, I guess, for a lot of these players to get tournament wins on. But that being said, they still have more tournament wins in Horizon 5 than a lot of players have all time, despite those other players playing more games. You know what I'm saying? Misty is one of those players, and I know he played Horizon. I know he's played all of the Horizons, but I'm talking about in their primes when tournaments were happening. That's what I'm referring to. Misty, I recall him playing a single, if not 2, Horizon 4 tournaments that I hosted, and maybe some Odd the God Team War stuffs, but I I don't have the results to that either, so I can't really go too much into that. But from what I heard, it wasn't dominated by Misty's as far as like attendance. He wasn't showing up to all of them. So all we have to really go off here is the UKCs, which is great stats, great stats. I just don't know if it's good relative to someone else's. Like Spec is all right. We're gonna come back to that because we got a lot of other people to go into, right? So we got Scion at the other honorable mention here. Rest in peace to our boy. We lost him in the transition to Horizon 3 to 4, where we tragically lost one of the greatest King players of all time. Someone that I could not best in Team King, along with Trio. Scion. And look at these results. I mean, he doesn't have a dip below third in the stuff that he did join. Right? So he's a Mr. Podium, if you will. At one point in time, he was aiming for becoming the best player in the world, I feel like, when Horizon 3 first launched. But then everyone just kind of stopped playing Horizon 3 because the hitbox, the map. So it was a real letdown for the community that played Horizon 1 and 2, transitioning into 3. A lot of people stopped playing and played Motorsport or went back to 2. And Sam was one of those people that played Motorsport more than Horizon 3 as the times went on. But there was a point in time, like when it first dropped, that little 4-month gap when the game first dropped, where Scion was looking like the best player in the world. Fortunately, again, we lost him, so longevity, obviously, no fault of his own. But he is in honorable mentions. Now, who else are we throwing in the honorable mentions, as I feel like I've yapped long enough? Yeah, I don't know what else to do about the VOD. I'm sorry, Spotless. But, yeah. Also, if you're just joining, I'm mainly I'm going to go over the criteria. Because, yes, it may seem like Misty's low for honorable mention. But if you're going off my criteria, tournament results, longevity, and consistency, I think he fits there as of right now. This thing is subject to change as we go along with it. So we'll see if he moves up or stays in honorable mentions. But I'm more than comfortable with having him right there. We're going to add Moth. Oh, not Moit. Even though that's fun. That's fun. I might start calling you that. Moit. Moth. If we can get a little gander at his results. Another player that has been in UKCs as well. Also, was very close to winning. He's like the, I wish you guys knew Smash terms, because there's a player that just consistently gets second, and it's so sad. Like, just if you're a fan of that player, I'm a fan of Moth. I'm a fan of a lot of players that I just root for in general, and Moth is one of them. Want to see him get that next win, but as of right now, if we look at his results, they are admirable. But the longevity and I feel like Moth is hella consistent, if even not in the best terms of consistency, I guess. Little bit of a gap there because I gotta figure out. I don't think Moth joined a lot of those 1v1 tournaments from last year. I know he did from 2023, which I gotta go and get information from, but actually no. Am I missing something? Where the fuck is... Oh, no, it's over here. Yeah, no, this is what I was talking about. Okay, no. So these are the 2023 1v1 results where he unfortunately had the bad luck of going against Spec in the first round, I think twice, if not 3 times. Maybe 3 times, but I know twice for sure. He had to face Spec, who was by far the best player in the world. If we're talking about gaps between first and second, that actually might rival the DP gap. Not, I don't know actually, probably not. But it's probably the closest thing to the DP gap that he had on Tuna Horizon 2. That's Spec though. This is Moth, and if we scroll over to the current year, which started at the Suprathon, where it's right here. This is the current Moth resume for this year, and it is good. He got some lows, but this ninth here adds some context to it. I think he had to get off or something like it after like the first game or something, so he didn't play all of them. This isn't a ninth. This is a ninth based on attendance, not games, I guess, or results rather. The sixth here is probably the realest low. And then we have, of course, the first from the Royals 3, which I wish we had footage for. I should record more, but I've started to say fuck it and just rely on other people recording, because I also want to fucking win too. So I don't want to keep handicapping myself with the recording, slowing my PC down while I'm playing. And, I want all the juice I can while I'm competing. So I sacrifice some by streaming, but I guess that is recording, huh? It just doesn't stay up all that time. We'll figure that out as we go along. Anyways, Moth is another honorable mention. For 5? For I guess, the last person to round out this spot? I don't know, actually. I don't know who else we should throw into there. Let's actually look, because we have this list to go off of. Tim Racing Pro is interesting, but nah. Yukio's interesting. Spotless is interesting. I think Spotless is interesting for that, to round out that spot there. Let's see though. Let's look here. Ooh, Christian, I think might be the call. One-time rear-wheel drive champion, but he held it for a month and a week. So 5 times. That's crazy. And then he also got the King of King third, but he was really dominant there. I don't know though. Spotless did show out in Horizon 5. My God, oh, that's what's wrong. Okay, hold on. Let me put this over here. Sorry. And that should be fixed. Cool. Now we go down here. If we look at Spotless, I feel like I'm missing someone though. Let me just skim again from the bottom up. I feel like I'm missing some name, because I'm skipping over a lot because they're the ones that I want to keep for my top 10. But if we're talking results, tournament results, yeah. Yeah, I think it's Spotless. Let's go down. Let's go down and confirm. Let's hard confirm it now. We just soft confirmed. Now let's hard confirm. I mean, the only thing is, he doesn't have a first, but the consistency and the longevity of Horizon 5 is so there, though. So there. Look at this list, dude. Look at his resume. He's got a 2-5 in the bar league, and of course, UKC stuff is missing too from here, so take that into account. It's got a bunch of seconds, which that, if you're a competitor, that sounds bad, but please, this is all time we're talking about. 2-time seconds there, or he's got a WKL win. Yeah, I remember that one on the small lobby map with Moth at the last second. I remember that game. He's got a second in the MKR. He's got some lows as well, but consistent. I mean, it's been low recently. You know what? We can always come back to it. I'm throwing Spotless in there. My list. Ooh. And also, this is why I urge people. You got fucking odd to God tournaments or something that are hiding and stored away. Please let me add them. Put them. Give me the screenshots so I can put them in to this list here. But I'm gonna go over it one more time. I think Spotless is rounding out our honorable mention. Because Six God only played Horizon 3 and showed up in Horizon 4. Was a champion in it, so. And anyone else, I'm saving for the top 10. Autocycle. Hella big longevity for him, but. It's probably just Spotless, Christian, or Yuki. Let's go to Yukio. Let's dive into Yukio because we didn't really. We just skimmed over it, so let's put some respect. Sneezing and snazzy, that's funny. Yeah, I'm looking right fucking over it. Yukio's got some longevity too. Hold on now. He's got a second place in the Horizon 1 free-for-all. But we gotta just. Oh yeah, the UKC stuff. I'm like, this has gotta be way more missing. I know he joined the 1v1 stuff as well, so that's not. Yeah, it is Spotless, huh? It is Spotless. Yukio's hella consistent though. Look at that. He doesn't have the lows that Spotless has, I feel like. His lowest is this 6th place here in the Royals 5. And I think that was. No, it wasn't a saga. Huh. Yeah. It is Spotless. Oh, I did not mean for that to come up. It is Spotless. So, now we have the top 10 that we can go into way, way quicker. Number 10, Aleski. A big fan of Aleski. I remember when he popped up on the scene, man. We talking that black and yellow Subaru picture. You know what the hell I'm talking about. And the black and yellow Subaru itself that he used in Horizon 3 when he first dropped into the scene. Juke Master, man. Juke Master. Again, that damn ping from NA to EU be killing me sometimes. He was really the first that put that shit on the map for me. Because it really was Adrift was really the first that like I visibly saw that shit for, but Aleski like was just a better player than Adrift, so it was even fucking worse to deal with. But that is no excuse, cause if anyone knows Aleski or Alexi, I forget which. I'm so sorry, but I forget which one it is. I teamed up with him in Horizon 4. Tim teamed up with him in Horizon 4. Then we all three teamed up in Horizon 5 under the Bar League, and he's got a pretty good resume himself as well. Let's talk about his Horizon 4 stint though. He popped up on the scene in Horizon 3, sure, and a lot of people would say that's where he made his name for it. Sure, in the exhibition games, I guess, yes. But if we're talking resume, you gotta look at his Horizon 4 accolades, my friend. Look at this. The 2v2s, not so much, but you gotta remember he was dealing with Dundee and Joey. That team was crazy, and a lot of other 2v2 teams. And the 2v2 division in Horizon 4 was the strongest I'd say it ever was, as far as like the amount of teams that teamed up in that game and actually were successful. Still hasn't been seen, I don't think. And this game has been out long, so that says something. And that's more mainly just because people stick together in this game more than they did in Horizon 4, which bred more teams by default because everyone was teaming up with everyone in Horizon 4. Like, you talking me and fucking... I teamed up with Chaos in the 2v2 game. 2v2 championship game, too. Talking... Tim and Aleski, like I said, me and Tim, of course, well, that's not a random team at all. But you get the point. There was way more variety in that game, and those teams actually won stuff too. The one-time River Drive champion, but he held it for 3 weeks, almost a month. He also got he also got 2 seconds and a third and a last place as well. He did have a low with that last place. I don't remember that one. One-time off-road champion as well. I remember that. He put a spanking on me on Bamberg Castle. It was X-Class Bamberg Castle. And he put a fucking spanking on me and 2 other people. I forget who else it was, but I got second place, and it wasn't even close. And then, of course, he was the first and only one-time country champion, which was just asphalts. It wasn't anything goes. I think it was a 4-player match, and everyone had a different country. And we only did that 1 week. It was the very last week, but we crowned the champion and then league defunct. Then he also won the free-for-all tournament of Horizon 4 in 2020, like the last one that I hosted before leaving that game and going on to Horizon 5, where he actually won 2 games before never playing again. Well, he has the UKC stuff as well. So, and I remember Tim saying that those were very good results for Lesky. Well, not saying, but reminding me that he had very good UKC results. So with that, Lesky is at number 10. We can always move people up or down as we go along. But, he drops off after that because he doesn't play Horizon or King ever again, as you can see from that resume. Right? At number 9, this one is hard, man. This is difficult. This is difficult because these 2 players, their resumes are so copy-paste of each other. So I almost want to put both of them at number 9, but then it would be a top 11 list, and I don't like that would fuck with my OCD. So I'm just gonna put one of them at 9, put the other at 8, and if you want to change that around, then you can. I'll put a little. Let me do that now. I'll put a little interchangeable asterisk next to D9 and 8 because you can really flip these 2 careers around and resumes. Oh yeah, that's the 2v2 all tourney coming soon. Yeah, that's true, Spotless. But these next 2 players, I'm gonna put them both down. I still don't know who I want to put at number 9 though. It's so crazy. I'm like, because I got in my list here 8/9 and then player/player. So who do I want to put at 9? Nah. Do I want to just play it cheap? I think I'm going to have to play it cheap, man. It's only fair. I'm sorry, man. I'm going to have to play it cheap. We're just going to do it. Beast, Carbon, and Shifu. Oop, not Shifu. These careers and resumes, accolades, whatever you want to call it, look so similar. And maybe when I take another gaze at it right now, it'll clear things up, and I can pick one or the other. But I mean, Beast Carbon, if you don't know, he started in Horizon 2 under N4K before being snagged away by Truyi Trio, and the rest was history. Of course, there was a big King scandal, if you will. With clubs where N4K had beef with us. Obviously, we had beef with them. And we came to a truce. Me and Ariaza said, you know what? We will settle the beef right now on one condition. You kick a player out of your club that's been harassing us, and we'll do the same for a player of your choice that has been harassing you. It was the craziest thing. But we shook hands virtually. We said, you know what? Sorry, Beast Carbon. Ariaza doesn't want you in our club anymore, and we gotta fucking kick someone out. And they got rid of I forget who they got rid of. I forget. Oh, I think it was it Chaos? I forget who it was at the time. Or was it Tim Racing? I forget. That's fucking irrelevant shit. But he won. Oh, another Beast Carbon scandal was his first place in the Horizon 3 tournament that Trio took away, and I gave back because he did deserve that win. As much as we didn't like him at the time and were like annoyed with him and shit, he did deserve the win. So that's why this is the only time you will see two players really, or one of the times you will see two players with a first other than a Team King in the same tournament, because Tuner. So here's the deal with that tournament. I'll go over the lore for you. In that tournament, Six God actually was running late to the tournament, and Trio was so here's the thing about Trio. When Trio is in tournament mode, like, he's locked in and he's ready to go. He wants to start shit ASAP. Oh, he would absolutely hate y'all niggas in Horizon 5, bro. Cause I hate it myself. I'm not gonna lie. When we're sitting there playing like Civil War, when we were sitting and y'all were building between every goddamn game, I'm like, oh my god, bro, just use what you have in your garage. Like, bro, you're good King players. Just use what you have in your garage. You'll be fine. But Trio, something about him, he wants to play every game back to back to back ASAP. He doesn't like cuts in action, if you will. He wants to kick ass back to back to back to back, or get his ass kicked back to back to back to back, whatever the case may be. So I say that to say the lore with the tournament is, it was getting later and later. He was ready to go. He was ready to start the tournament. I think an hour had passed already. Six God was running late. He was nowhere to be found. I was like, yo, just hold on. Just give him a little bit more, because just, we don't want to start. And then he fucking shows up, and then we have to throw in a monkey wrench or some shit, right? That's why I stall, dude. That's why with my tournaments, you'll see me stalling and talking about random shit, going off on tangents, because I'm trying to stall and get as many people as possible. As much as I hate it, I do want the best versions of every player, and if the best version of you is taking 20 minutes to build another fucking car in between the game, I guess I gotta fucking live with it, right? I guess I gotta live with it, because I do want the best version of the player. So they're taking long, whatever. Six God doesn't get on. Trio says, fuck it, let's start the tournament. Say whatever. We play the tournament. Beast Carbon wins. Again, this was at the point in time where we did not like Beast Carbon, but if there was anything that me and Trio never did, we never banned anyone from a tournament or league, despite having personal differences from them. We might have them blocked even on Xbox, but come tournament time, I'll unblock you. You can join. you can compete, because we want to kick your ass in that tournament too, which we most likely did back then. Unfortunately, this was not the case. Beast Carbon won that, got the upper hand on us, the last laugh, if you will, at the peak of our beef against him. And then what I didn't want to happen happened. Six God, yo, I'm on. As soon as the tournament fucking ends, I'm like, oh my god, yo, what? But like, some people have gotten off and shit, so we're like, oh my god. I was like, Trio, I fucking told you. I told you to just sit and wait. Yo, dumbass just couldn't do it. You couldn't just be a little bit more patient and just wait for Six God to at least respond and tell us something, give us the go-ahead, a thumbs up or thumbs down if he was or wasn't going to be able to play, and then we could have fucking went on from there. But so he said, you know what, Panda, fine. I guess we'll restart it. And then we restarted the tournament, and then Tuner fucking won it. So the reason why I wanted to wait also for Six God was because I knew that Six God was one of Beast Carbon's kryptonites, not kryptonites, but Six God had you can say kryptonite. He was one of Beast Carbon's kryptonites. I knew that, and again, we didn't like Beast Carbon at the time. I'm gonna be blunt and honest. So we wanted someone in there that was an obvious person in there to take care of Beast and get rid of that advantage. Or get rid of that, I guess, obstacle laying in our way. And, of course, the second time around, the rerun of the tournament, that does happen. Six God was in the tournament with Beast. Everyone that joined the last time did. Everyone that joined the previous time joined the second time as well. And Six God didn't win it, but Tuner won it. But Six God being in it allowed for what I wanted all along, for Beast Carbon to be matchup countered or some counter picked, I guess, by player. Matchup checked, player checked, I guess. Yeah, player checked. That's the term I should call it. So long ass tangent, but it was necessary, and this is gonna be a long video because I'm gonna go off a lot of shit like that for the top 10, because a video like this does deserve, or I guess a list does deserve all the lore and storyline possible for the reasoning behind stuff. Because I was there, I lived through all of this stuff, and I still have it all in my brain. My memory sucks with almost everything in the world except for King. I remember all this shit. I was there, okay? So I vividly remember this shit. So yeah, no, we're not talking about Tuna. We're talking about Beast and Shifu. So I had to go off on that because Beast does deserve that first place for winning it the first time around in Horizon 3, even though we restarted it and gave it to Tuner. I'm just going to give both of them that. I know a lot of people are missing from that. It's just because I don't have the results from it. But yeah. I know I was in that tournament. Trio was in it. Dundee was in it. That was Dundee. I believe that was Dundee's first tournament ever. Fun fact. It was Goldmine Small, I know we played in the finals. And Dundee was in it because I remember he was in his yellow Vet, the Corvette 2015. Who else was in that? It was me. Because it was me, Trio, Six God, Dundee, Beast. And I think that was it. And Tuner, I think that was the sticks right there. Stacked ass fucking 6, by the way. But yeah, that's Beast Carbon's win. Only one thing we've gone off so far, but I can ramble about the lore in King for as long as time itself exists. And then you look at this Horizon 4 resume for Beast Carbon. I mean, oh my fucking god, dude. The first, I think he was the inaugural, if not him, then it was Dundee. But no, this is what happened. Dundee was the first ever rear-wheel drive champion, but then Beast Carbon beat him the very next week, and also held it for 3. He held it 3 times, and he has 4 first place. So he didn't really defend it that well, but he still won it 3 times. A lot of players didn't even win it 1 time. He won it 3 times, had a 2nd place, and a 3rd. He never dipped below, or he possibly didn't dip below 3rd. He never won the King of Kings championship, which was like the world championship, if you will, in that league. That was like the championship to go for, because it was nothing but rail yard. Just rail yard. Anything goes, really. And he never got. Damn, he got 2nd place 3 times and never won it. But still. And then you talk about the time. So here's the lore. I got to go on some more lore. And this ties Shifu into things as well. Because, again, their resumes are so similar, bro. I promise. So, with Beast Carbon and the 2v2 division, in the rear-wheel drive division, Beast Carbon started getting his ass kicked by Christian, who started joining, who joined the 1v1, or not the 1v1, sorry, the rear-wheel drive division, and started kicking ass in it. I mean, like I said earlier, he won it off Beast Carbon, and then Beast Carbon straight up left the division. He stopped playing rear-wheel drive after, because Beast Carbon he had a little rivalry, a 3-way rivalry with Lesky and Dundee in the rear-wheel drive division. But then Christian came and started whipping all of their asses in the rear-wheel drive division. And Beast Carbon straight up said, fuck the rear-wheel drive, I'm not playing that shit no more. And the same thing happened kind of with Shifu. So this is so crazy how, I swear, I'm going to keep saying it too, for these two, how close their resumes are. So they both have a Horizon 3 win as well. You talk about that win earlier that I went on a long rant about with Beast Carbon and his Horizon 3 free-for-all win. there's only 2 players in Horizon 3 that had a tournament win, and they're Beast Carbon and Shifu, the 2 players that I got at 8 and 9. And there was no controversy, I guess, with Shifu's tournament win, with his Horizon 3 tournament win. No, his was just a clean win. He beat me and Aleski in finals. I remember that. In the Horizon 3 finals, King tournament. The final King tournament of Horizon 3. But then we went on to Horizon 4 with Aleski, sorry, with Shifu. And he won a Midnight Championship. Let's start from the right side here. He won a Midnight Championship. That was the last week that I introduced new championships, just like the one with Aleski where he won the country championship in that final week. Shifu won the Midnight Championship in the final week of the league there before it collapsed. The whole league I said fuck it and didn't want to run it no more, so I just stopped running it. And then he also was a one-time King of King championship. I think that was also the final week. He won that. He won 2 championships in the very last week. So he kind of retired in his prime, Shifu. Like, he never fell off. He got to his prime and played until he got what he needed out of King and retired from it. And I remember he said to me, you gotta respect honesty. He was honest, and he said his main drive was becoming better or beating me in trio. And once he did that, which was this tournament here, this Team King tournament where he beat me in trio. Once he did that, along with Beast Carbon, I guess both of them retired after that. After they beat me in trio in the Horizon 2 Team King tournament. So, where was I at? Oh yeah, let's talk about his off-road championship now. So Shifu with the off-road championship in Horizon 4 was a mirror of the rear-wheel drive division with Beast Carbon, because Shifu was kind of dominating that league or that division in the league, as you can see here. He had a 2-time off-road champion, and he had first place 5 times in it. So he defended it hella times as well. Has a 2 times third place and 1 time last place. But he eventually, like Beast Carbon, had Christian come into that division and kind of said, alright, I'm done with rear-wheel drive, I'm going to something else. Same thing happened with Shifu in the off-road division after I came into the off-road division, as you can see here. And that made Shifu, or not made, but I really do think it made, I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it kind of made, pushed or inspired them to go after other championships, I should have said. And after I entered that division, Shifu said, alright, I'm done. We're going to go to another division. And you know what? Could you just guess what Shifu and Beast said? Oh, by the way, here's another backstory. They hated each other. When they first met it, all throughout the Horizon 4 League and shit, coming up until this point, they absolutely hated each other. Especially Beast hating Shifu. They could not stand each other. But they had a mutual enemy in me and Trio. Like I said, they wanted to beat me and Trio. So this is like some anime shit, right? I swear to God, it's like I really, that's so crazy you said that, Spotless, because I was talking to Aerotron about, I just saw that shit, Bob, for one depression. I was talking to Aerotron about that, the top 10 King rivalries or beefs of all time. I want to do that too. Maybe I do a stream about that. Instead of a video, I just do streams about it. Kind of is more interesting, and I can ramble more without being limited to a time. So yeah, after I came into the off-road league or off-road division And after Christian came into the rear-wheel drive division, Shifu and Beast put their beef aside on some anime level shit and said, let's handle Trio and Pen, because that's when me and Trio finally teamed up. So here's some more lore. Me and Trio at the time, when we first started the Horizon 4 league, we did have an ego, and we were like, it's gonna be a little unfair if me and you team up, so let's not team up with each other. Like I said earlier, with the whole random people teaming up and shit, a lot of that was because me and Trio at the beginning of the league, we straight up told each other, no, we're not teaming up. We're not just gonna stomp through the league. We don't want to do that. We're not gonna have anybody come at us and make any excuses and say, oh, you guys are just teaming up 24. We didn't want any fucking excuses and nothing like that. So we didn't team up. I remember Trio teamed up with Beast Carbon for the first parts of the league, which didn't work out. Got their ass beat by Dundee and Joey Mama at the time, which they still have the longest 2v2 streak of all time. Over a month and a half, just under 2 months of being undefeated as a 2v2 team in tournament and league, because there was 2 losses that they had, exhibition games. Once was to me and Beast, and the other was to me and FOA Boss. So they did lose 2 games. Not tournament league, but anyways, I say that to say, me and Trio, after getting our ass handed to us with other teammates by Dundee and Joey Mama, we said, all right, fine, we're gonna team up. And then that leads, shit, can I find that? If I can, is that week 11 results, Forza's Panda? That leads directly into, I don't think it is, into one of these weeks. Maybe it's not this one, but it led directly into a week. Let's come back to that. It led directly into a week where me and Trio finally defeated. This all has a point to the Beast and Shifu stuff, by the way. I'm gonna tie it back in. Don't worry. I know where I'm going. Me and Trio finally defeated Dundee and Joey. They finally lost their championships, and then Joey retired after that. Actually, hadn't seen him again. Hadn't seen them again until recently, actually, in Civil War. So, want to see more of Moni. We get more OP players back. That hypes me up when I see good names join. But yeah, Shifu and Beast said, you know what? Fuck it. We're teaming up. We're gonna, I guess, achieve our common goal by putting our beef aside and teaming up. And they did. They beat me and Trio, and they were our kryptonite, to be honest. Me and Trio struggled with Beast and Shifu. Struggled with them really fucking badly. To a point where that was the first time ever that I ran. That should tell you everything you know. And because one of the weeks I ran against Beast and Shifu, that should tell you everything. We were trying everything against them niggas. When Trio's fucking blocking and I'm running, like that should never happen in a tournament setting. For fun, sure, who gives a hell, but that should never happen. By the way, JoJo, yeah, I could also do that too. Could also upload the entire thing. Also, that would be, I don't know who's sitting there watching that, but I guess you could also timestamp it. Might do that. So yeah, Beast and Shifu both won the 2v2 championship, and were 1-4 with it, but they held it for a month and a half. So almost as much as yeah, okay, that is right. So almost as long as Joey and Dundee, but not quite. They beat me and Trio, and we could never beat them again. Never did. They were our kryptonite. But then me and Tim teamed up, reunited with my boy my greatest 2v2 partner of all time. And me and Tim finally beat Beast and Shifu. But that's why I have them. That's the entire lore behind Beast and Shifu. Not Scion. And yeah, I really do think those resumes, their stories, it's really exactly the same. Because then their last tournament, like I said, was that 2v2 tournament in Horizon 2. We went back to it in 2019. Went back to the game. And they wanted to beat us on our turf, quote unquote, like our game that we started on or whatever. And they did. So they closed that chapter. They were well, what's the word? Fulfilled. So full, so filled. And they went on with their lives. Had kids, got married, graduated. All because they beat. Could you imagine if they fucking just never aspired to do nothing else with their lives until they got past me and Trio? Like, imagine that world where they're just still playing. That would be some fucking dumb shit. But yeah, I really don't know who to put above who. I feel like longevity. Well, it is a fact. Longevity. B started before Shifu, so he edges him out there. But I feel like Shifu counterpunches him back because he edges him. He edges him back out in skill, like yeah, just skill. But we're going to go on to number 7. And this one was also hard for me to do, but as I thought about it more, it kind of is split up with who I wanted to put where. We're going to put... Is this my favorite player of all? I think this is. My favorite... No. It's a tie. DP is still tied with this person as my favorite players of all time. Spec. My favorite player of all time. Definitely my favorite player in Horizon 5 to watch. That's what I mean when I say that. Like, when I just watch them play, it's amazing, man. It's just, you gotta love King when you see them play. Let's go over, I mean, if you don't know the spectacle himself, as I like to call him, then no speculation is needed, because you can spectate this stream and see for yourself where Spec dominated. I mean, oh my goodness. I gotta stand up for this one. Hold on. I gotta stand up when I... We gotta stand up. We talking 6-0 in the Bar League 2023, along with a mixture of Yukio, Dundee, and Misty. And then we're talking the second most dominant tournament streak of all time. Still the most dominant 1v1 tournament streak of all time. The most winningest, I don't know why that close. The most winningest 1v1 player of all time. Spec. First place. Got a second hair. That was to Misty. Does that put Misty? But you see though, I don't think that puts Misty. Like, I think everything I have so far, it still feels comfortable. I don't think Misty deserves to be above any of these players with all of the shit that I just went over. I really don't. But he still has the potential to finish his career as the greatest of all time. Even Misty does. That's what I'm saying. If he puts his mind to it, Misty could finish his career as the greatest of all time. Number 1, hands down. He has the skill to do it. Just the drive ain't there. I feel like it, or I don't know what it is. I don't know. I'm not gonna psychoanalyze over the internet like weirdos do. I don't know him. But yeah, Spec, my favorite player. He did not play last year. Went on a little hiatus, or big hiatus in 2024. Then returned in 2025 with a 7th place. The hell is that, Spec? What the Spec? Nah, man. But then again, didn't play again. in a lot of these, but it's really that 1v1 dominance, man. I mean, when you just have nobody, it seems like that can beat you, except Misty. But again, Misty just didn't even join. Misty he was around in this era, you know, like he was around in the same exact era that Spec was. He could have joined all of them tournaments and probably, I mean, the proof is in the pudding that he could have gotten first place in all of them too. So we're looking at a world where if he joined all the tournaments that Spec did, Misty could be fucking 6th or 7th. See, like it's just shit like that, man. And I'm not saying it to harp on it. I'm saying it because I'm like almost like damn, like I almost wish that I could put Misty at 6 or 7ish, because the skill, if we're talking skill alone, then yeah, but I don't rank off just skill, baby. You gotta have more than that. You gotta show that in the tournaments, my friend, which Spec definitely did. That should be no one's last surprise as the banger hits our ears. I'm trying to move over. But he has been getting into the groove of things again. I feel like I've said this to him too, so this is no secret. I feel like the only thing that's holding him back this year, and I say holding him back, he's got a fucking first place, a second, and another second actually in the most recent. So he only has this year a 6th and a 7th. He has low lows but high highs as well. He doesn't have like an in between, like a 3rd or 4th. It's a 1st, a 2nd, and it's a 6th or the 7th. And that's the Civil War too. So, but I was saying, I feel like the only thing that's stopping Spec from being his 2023 self is just his mentality. Like, he be harping on himself too much. Him and Moth with that shit. Y'all need to be looking in the mirror and remember who the fuck y'all are sometimes. Cause I see it. I see the fucking skill, and my eyes never lie. I'm not. That's one thing I will be cocky and not humble about. I have an eye for, like, knowing when someone is gonna be fucking good at King. Cause I saw it with fucking Speed, and look what happened. I saw it with a lot of players. Saw it with Trio back in Horizon 1 when he was a random. I was like, he's a random, but I don't know, something about him. He's gonna be good. I saw it with Moth when Alex was like, not Tokyo, by the way, Mini Alex, when he was like, I don't know, Moth, you think Moth is good? I don't know, man. He's not. I was like, bruh, you'll see. But that's Moth. We are talking about Spec here, and I think we have talked about Spec. That 1v1, and even this year, I mean, how many other players have 3 second places this year alone? And this is off a comeback, where he didn't play last year competitively at all. So I think that is a very well-deserved 7th. But the person that I have over him, and that I was kind of almost about to do the same thing with Beast and Shifu, but I thought about it more, and I was like, nah, this person deserves to be over Spec all time. It is Speed. Ooh. And I know Speed, I don't think anybody has the drive for King in the world right now that Speed has. I think I never thought I'd see someone that has the drive more than I do. Like, just like the care for the game, mode, the care for where you rank, the care for, like, just King itself. I don't know how to I'm explaining it right fucking now. But, you know, like, everything about it, the storylines, the lore. Like, he'll hit me up with random questions about the lores, and not like every day or no shit. Like, once or twice a month, he'll hit me up with a random question about the lore or some shit, and asking, like, or how can he move up a spot, or, you know, just shit like that. No one else really gives a fuck that much about it, and I admire it because I see myself in that, as far as just caring and wanting to be the greatest. But that, I feel like, is a big part of why his resume looks so good. Oh, we need to go back some. Let's not spoiler alert ourselves yet. Well, we should spoiler alert it on that one. the first tournament that I recall Speed being in, that I recall seeing him in, that he is here and no one has objected to, is the Horizon 4 Team King tournament against where he was teaming up with Ash, and that's another player, by the way, that if we're talking skill, absolutely would be on top 10, but resume, absolutely not. Speed, though, first tournament was in grand finals. His first tournament ever, I believe, with Ash against me and Bruno, which I think he's definitely on. Yeah, he's on that. I don't know why I thought I didn't have him for a minute, but yeah. And then the Bar League, I actually didn't know that he didn't win a set there. He may have won games, but sets, I don't think won a set in the Bar League. But most of the games were played against that dominant blue team that silver team was dealing with. Or no, sorry, he was the silver team, wasn't he? I think so. Weren't y'all? I forget the colors and shit, but the resume does speak for itself. I did go back and jot it all down from the YouTubes, the Discords, all of that stuff. The 1v1s, I believe it was this year. It was when I was like, okay, this is, I can see the vision, was 2024. This little, from the run, from this tournament here to this tournament here, or I guess this tournament here, rather. Like, that's the era where I was like, I'm seeing the rise, man. I'm seeing him improve every single day that we were playing in lobbies and shit. And one of the best things he's good at is cutoffs, and that doesn't get talked about enough. I know we love Autocycle, but if we're talking about cutoffs, and I think we might have to put Speed up there above Autocycle. Not gonna lie. Yeah, just me. Don't shoot me, man. Just saying. But let's go on to the WKL. Of course, was a one-time 2v2 champion with a 3-2 overall record. I believe they did lose to Midnight and iBox, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. That was Speed and Moth when they teamed up together. Has a tuner championship, a one-time tuner championship, and also 4-time first place in that division itself, because I think he also had defended it too. I wish well, all that stuff's in the Discord. I could go back and look at it, but that'd just be taking way more time than we need. We already ramble. If I was looking up the Discord and going off that shit too, we'd be here till fucking 8 o'clock tonight. But second place in the WKL as well. I believe that was to iBox, which that was when I predicted Speed to be the best player in the world, and Tim predicted iBox to be the best player in the world. And I know which one was right, because we go over to 2025. Take a peek at that. Hold on, we ain't even get too deep into the goddamn years yet. Oh, wait, this is still 2024, sorry. But, hey, that shows it right there. We ain't even getting to 2025 yet. He's already won a tournament. Winning, what was that? Kings... What was that? Kings of the... I forget what the fuck I named that shit. But he won a tournament. He won a 1v1 tournament there. And he won another 1v1 tournament. And there's some results I gotta get. But that's in the Discord. Of course, help me with that shit if you can. Just first places from here on out, as far as the eye can see. I mean, oh my goodness. Now, the only thing is, and I hate that it has to be this way, but it is this way. Fucking blame Forza, okay? I don't know. Blame the format of the way they drop their games, man. It's only one game. I mean, I like I said, the longevity thing and being able to be consistent across multiple games is huge to me. And this is not to say that we can't host we can, I guess. That'd be interesting. Someone do that. I'm not doing it, but yo, someone host a like Horizon 3 tournament or free for all, some, you know, and like do that, and I'll start putting those records in here, and people's resumes and shit can go up. But as far as it is right now, it's only one game, and that's such a, I guess, a small straw to pull. But hey, it's the truth. This one game, however, is dominated by, it's like 2 halves of Horizon, if you will. That should be a YouTube. I might work on a YouTube video like that. The 2 halves of Horizon. The first half dominated by Spec, and then this last half dominated by Speed. Because just first place. Let's look at 2025 this year as a whole. Starting at the Superthon. Yeah. I don't know what people got there. Wish I had the full results. I wonder if Autocycle has that. The full results to Superthon. I wonder if he has that. Gotta ask him. But anyways, the first Royals ever, which is a still ongoing weekly, or I guess almost weekly, tournament series that you should be joining. First place there. First place in the Royals 4. I mean, this is just going overall. We're gonna be talking about a lot, but here we are. I mean, if you getting bored of me talking about it, that must mean he deserves to be where the hell he's at, right? So, Royals 4, Yukio's MKR got a 3rd place at Kings of the 80s. That was Misty's first place win. Who got second in that? Was that Moth was second? Okay, Moth was second in that. Interesting. Then we have the Royals 5. I think that was also Misty. The Royals 5 EU, the first EU Royals, won that. 2nd place in the first 2v2 tournament with Moth. Little bit of a fall off here, a 4th at the Tim Saga, which was, I think that was won by Misty. Who was 2nd and 3rd though? I got 3rd, and was that, who got 2nd at Tim Saga? Yukio? Oh, Yukio got 2nd. Oh shit. Yukio got 2nd at the Tim Saga. Okay. And then 2 firsts here in EU2 and the King Classic. Why don't I remember King Classic? Why is my brain blanking? Oh no, that's Spotless's tournament. That's Spotless's tournament. That's why it's not mine. That was Spotless's. It won that, and that was a huge tournament too in S tier. I still got to go back and give all these official tiers, but the ones that I want like are dead set on, like yeah, this feels like this tier. Then also can be retroactively changed. The Moth Saga he won. Again, we're still talking about tournaments. He got 2nd place at EU3, which was won by Dundee, I believe. Yeah. 2nd place again to Misty and Spec, I believe. Yeah. Then 1st place at Zack Saga. Oh yeah, and then this is where we are at current day. Since the Zack Saga, from here to everything to the left, I'm not even gonna fucking figure out because I don't want to actually delete nothing. But from the Zack Saga to everything to the left, Speed has yet to lose a tournament, and we are just a few minutes away from the next tournament, which is today's Royal Bar EU or whatever the hell I called it. I forget the hell. All of these Royals are blended into with the name at this point. But you get what the hell I'm talking about, right? He's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tournaments in a row. I mean, unheard of. Now, another thing with that is we never ever had this like amount of tournaments in. It was unheard of to have tournaments back to back weeks in Horizon 2, like, and that in a way Trio really is in the he's on the side of like tournaments mean more when they happen less often, and I guess, but I'm not taking points off of someone for winning the highest level of competition just because there's more competition going on. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, that's such a weird conversation to have. However you feel about that does not change the fact that Speed won these 8 tournaments though. So will he win number 9 today? We will see. But he's at number 6. At number 5 we have Tim. We have Tim. We have our boy Tim, the most influential King player of all time, the longest tenured Well, no, not longest tenured, but the first, I guess. He's been playing King longer than anyone else that's been playing King, okay? That's what the fuck I'm trying to say. He started before everyone else that's still playing. And he can still beat anyone in the world. And he doesn't play anymore. He has retired. Well, I am trying to beg him out of retirement with the Run 4, which hopefully he shows up for. But if we look at the resume, like I said, my criteria, we'd be talking longevity, consistency, and results. Longevity, we just talked about that. Consistency as well. I mean, the first places have always eluded our boy for the most part, like he feels like. But we all know in Horizon 5 is where things really picked up with Tim. Because he got a first here. Let's look at the highs. He's got a second place in the Team King tournament of Horizon 2. What tournament is that? Wait, am I bugging? I think I meant to put... Oh, yeah, I think I meant to put something else. Oh, no, never mind. Oh, never mind. No, this is correct. This is correct. This is the one that Sneezy and Dundee teamed up. Yeah, okay, yeah, yo. Never mind. This is correct. I gotta trust myself some more. I'm right with the information. This is correct. So, yeah, Tim does have this second place Team King tournament win here. This is one that I just don't remember, and it's probably because I fucking bombed in it. Got third place in this. A third place in a Team King tournament is way worse than a third place in a free-for-all, by the way. So, me and Sion did not do well in that one. Then we talked the PKL. He won the So Tim kind of retired from King in Horizon 3 when everyone, because I brought it up earlier. A lot of people stopped playing from that like Horizon 1 and Horizon 2 group competitively. We still played exhibition games and stuff, but tournaments, like, no one really hosted or joined as much as before or after Horizon 3. But he came back in the later half of Horizon 4 and won the King of King Championship. I think he won out of Dundee, actually. And, of course, like I said earlier, me and him won the 2v2 championship together from Beast and Shifu, the team that me and Trio just could not beat. And then we get to Horizon 5. Because he's 10-2 in the bar. Yeah, Horizon 5 is where Tim really... a lot of the resume, I feel like, is filled up with Horizon 5 and onward stuff, just because the game has been out for so fucking long, like I said before. And that's not to say that the same players that have these resumes and longevity wouldn't also have similar resumes if there was a Horizon 6 and 7 by now, you know? Like, I'm sure all of the players that have tournament wins would also have tournament wins in those games too. But it's just, it's difficult to talk about and put on a list. Doesn't mean it's impossible, though. Which brings us to, yeah, those two losses, I think, were the blue team. We just couldn't beat them, but he definitely carried us in, was the strongest player on that yellow team, for sure. A part of the 4 Horsemen. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out already. Talked about it there. So, the 4 Horsemen of Horizon 5, Misty in order. Misty's Spec, Dundee, and Tim. Those 4 I felt like were on another level. Like, it was a visible gap between... You talk about the gap between... not Dundee. The DP and Tuner gap. I feel like that same gap was the 4 Horsemen gap that they had on everyone else. But, yeah, the longevity of Tim is absolutely unmatched. That's why I put our boy there. I mean, a lot of us would not be playing King. A lot of people don't play King without him. That's one of those like intangible things, though. I guess unintangible that you really can't put in a skill category, but doesn't really dip below third place for a long time. Of course, has way better accolades and resume, I guess, stuff to look at in the UKC stat list, which I think that stuff is just available for everyone, right? I mean, you guys can also just look at that whenever you want. I'm not gonna do it right now, but you guys can also look at the UKC. I'm pretty sure you can, because I share the link to this, unless you gotta make it public or some shit like that. But yeah, go check all the stats out there. It speaks for itself. We all know Tim. He's still he was just a few days ago the 24/7 champion and beating fucking Dundee and Spec in 1v1s and Misty and shit. So those players all high ass level gameplay. And yeah, I don't think any more should have to be said about our boy. We know he can beat anybody on any given day. Came back at second place now. What if he just wins? What if he just wins the run 4? Huh? What if he just decides to win? Got number 5. I'm also going to speed run through this because this took a little longer. It took about 20 minutes longer than I expected. I wanted to be done by 2. I'm going to speed run a little bit of this because I should have planned to do a list like this and not just spontaneous. But if I didn't do it, I don't think I ever would have fucking dropped it. At number 4, Trio. Trio does not have the longevity, but he has the consistency and the results. Oh, that's Tim. Trio, when he jumped on the scene, got a second place at the first tournament he joined. Then he got a first place with DP in the, he beat me and Tuna Mark in the first 2v2 tournament ever. Got a 4th, his lowest here. Well, I guess here in that Horizon 3 tournament as well. But, in, I guess, his I guess that whole thing is his prime. Yeah, Trio's prime is really Horizon 2 through Horizon 4. Like, he never really dropped off. I have a drop-off even, but he doesn't. He has lows, but not, like, drop-offs in visible skill, I guess. First place again in another Team King tournament, this time winning it with Scion, which he does again in this Team King tournament. So Trio defeated, in the first one here, he defeated me and Tuner. Then he defeated me and Tim. And then he defeated me and Russia. So I just couldn't fucking beat Trio in 2v2. Something about him. There was a rock, paper, scissors playstyle when it came to me, him, and Scion. I beat Scion. Scion was able to defeat Trio, and Trio's playstyle countered mine, so I could never beat him. Got a unusual 5th here in that Horizon 3, which again, everyone from that Horizon 1 and Horizon 2 era hated Horizon 3. Trio especially. He did retire after a while in that game. Came back, got a 2nd place. That's that game I just talked, or that tournament I just talked about with Sneezy and Dundee winning that. Where's Trio at here? Then we talk about the PKL, where he came back off of that retirement from this 2nd place here. After this, he retired and came back for Horizon 4 when the league dropped in 2019. And he was a 2v2 champion 3 times, 6-5 record. I mean, yeah. All of this stuff is there to check out. I'm going to try and speed on this a bit more. 2nd place there. That was really the last thing. Is that the last thing he played? Yeah. That was the very last tournament that the Yeet Man, the real Yeet Man, not Jey Uso, the real Yeet Man, that's the last tournament he ever joined and played, was that one there. But, I mean, you had to have been there in those tournaments too, because I was the one in this 1v1 tournament here, both of these tournaments, my team had the lead in the final game, when we were about to win by 2 minutes or more, twice, and Trio pulled it back as the runner and won he had 2 fucking comeback wins in 2v2 tournaments. It's crazy. And again, his skill transcended just one game because he has the Horizon 2 wins, then he has the Horizon 3 tournament win, then he has the Horizon 1 tournament win, then he has the Horizon 4 championships that we talked about. Also, the King of King championship. He was the champion one time, but he held it for a month. He held it for a month. So again, Trio won in Horizon 1, he won in Horizon 2, he won in Horizon 3, and he won in Horizon 4. Not a lot of people can say they have tournament wins in 4 different Horizons. I think that's well deserved. Number 3. Tuner. Number 3 is Tuner Mark. The Michael Jordan of King, in my opinion. Yeah, we all know Tuner. I mean, I'm so glad that he did come back for Horizon 5, because their resumes are kind of similar in that too. Like Tuner retired, or Trio retired and came back in Horizon 4, and then Tuner retired and came back in Horizon 5, and then retired again. But I'm so glad that Tuner did, because a lot of you got the opportunity to actually play against him and see for yourself what a little part of what we had to deal with in the prime of his I guess plays. But he was kind of like Misty in the fact that his skill was there, he just never really joined the competitive stuff. When he did, again, his first one ever, he lost to Trio and DP along with me as his partner. But then he won that Horizon 3 tournament that I talked about earlier with the Beast Carbon conspiracy thingy. Again, not there at all for Horizon 4. Hated that game. But then comes back in Horizon 5. Again, I don't have the Horizon 5 stuff, but he has records in that. Like, he won the 2v2 championship. He was a free-for-all winner in that as well. In the prime of the UKC, like when it was booming. I don't think he did 1v1 stuff. But yeah, Tuner Mark, we all know was there. I'm going to try to skim through this. Now, I made a list before where I did not have myself in it at all because I wanted to be humble. Man, fuck that. Man, fuck that. I'm still humble. I'm still humble. But not as much as before, man. I gotta show myself a little bit more glaze, as the youngins say today, right? Just go over it yourself. I'm not spending fucking all day on it because I do want to end this. We got first place. We got 4. We got lows as well. Don't worry. We got lows with me as well. But I've joined just about everything that there has ever been to join, except this little hiatus here in Horizon 5. I did stop playing for a while, but I wanted to host more and try to focus on content and like prediction videos and all that stuff. So then I returned and still wasn't on shit. Nah. The 1v1 champion one time. I have a win over Dundee in the prime of the, well, not prime of the 4 horsemen ever, but Dundee never fell off. So I mean, well, Dundee's not. If there's anything to be, I guess, pulling small straws about, it's the fucking, I forget the term by the way with that analogy, but it's 1v1s aren't his best. Dominant, if there's any analogy that you King players can understand, I'll put it this way. Dundee's an X class in free for alls. Dundee is an X class in 2v2s and teams, but he's a 998S2 in 1v1s. That's still fucking better than anything that's fucking below, you know what I'm saying? But that's the only thing. I also have the well, let me go over the PKL stuff as well, because I feel like I'm just gonna talk about that because I feel like that's when I was my peak version in Horizon 4. 8-6 record in the 2v2, 3-time 2v2 champion. I won it with Trio, I believe once, or I either won it with Trio twice or I won it with Tim twice, but I did win it 3 times overall. Split it with those 2 players. 3-time off-road champion as well. Again, a lot of people don't have one-time championships, or a lot of people only have one-time championships. I had 3 in 2 different championship or divisions. 7 first places as well. 1-time rear-wheel drive champion as well. Then I go on to Horizon 4. Oh no, I closed Horizon 4. Sorry, with that 2v2 tournament win against Ash, who I never played with. And little lore, that tournament win is probably still that and Superthon. Those 2 tournament wins mean the most to me of any 2 tournaments that I've ever won. The 2v2 one in Horizon 4 because that I wanted to prove something to myself by teaming up with someone I never teamed up with before, and I told myself I'm not even gonna practice with them. I just want to show up to the tournament and see if I can win. I want to just prove something to myself, not to nothing to nobody else, and I did it, and that it just felt so fucking good. And oh my god, the win against Tim and Christian too, that last second win, oh my god, that felt so good. Then the Bar League, of course, a lot of these games I played in, so all of these ones I played in. Then like I said, didn't show up for that. The League in Horizon 5, 1-time 1-for-1 champion with a 4-3 record in that division overall. 1-time off-road champion. Who gives a damn about that, I guess, right? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Who really gives a damn about the off-road in Horizon 5? If it mattered way more in Horizon 4, people actually played and gave it a shot. But in Horizon, no one really cared about this one. Misty did win the championship in that, though. I remember him. He beat me. Got a first place in a WKL match as well. And I got a first place in the 2v2. I believe this is with Odd the God. Yeah, this is with Odd the God where I won a 2v2 championship, or 2v2 tournament with, not a championship, 2v2 tournament with Odd the God. I also have a 2v2 win that I'm going to hold high in my head and glaze myself, because I never get the chance to glaze myself, man. I'm going to do it as number 69, too. But with this 8-2 record here, there's a game in there where me and Plum, or 2 games where we beat, I guess, people that you think we were going to get stomped by, especially with back then. I was so fucking shitty in 2023, dude. I sucked ass at King in that fucking point, I feel like, at least. But we won against Miranda and Tim, where I believe Miranda ran. And then we also won against, I think it was Yukio and Spec. It was Yukio and somebody. I think it was Yukio and Spec. So I got a Plum one as well. Okay, and then we also have... No, that's it. That's it. Oh, yeah, the Superthon, and that's it. We have the Superthon here. I did not think I was going to win that tournament. I did not know that you could lower your settings. I found that out like a week prior to the Superthon. And then I was like, holy shit, this is a different game damn near. Because I am on PC. I just never knew that you could fucking lower your settings and it changed everything. So I won off of that alone. Not gonna lie, that character, like that being so new to me. I feel like when I try, and this might open up a ban or Pandora's box against me, but I don't fucking care because it's my duty to become a better King player against your counters against me. I have to have a counter to your counter. But I feel like I'm best when I go into a King game plan, like with a new game plan. When I'm trying something new, I feel like if I'm succeeding in trying something new, then that's the best version of myself. And that was the best possible way to on some low settings type shit. So yeah, won that. Oh wait, actually we won. Me and Speed. Of course, let's not skip over the lows. I do have lows as well, and this is still me on low settings, so there's no excuse. Oh well, I am gonna bring up my excuse. I'm gonna bring up the excuse. Okay, that damn controller I was dealing with. Where I was disconnecting every fucking the connection too before I got an Ethernet cable, and I was just fucking lagging and everyone was jumping on my screens, plus the disconnecting from the oh my god, it was so terrible to do it. I almost lost I almost lost the love for King dealing with that shit. I dealt with that all the way up until where was that? Where did I get? So I got I think the Tim Saga is where I got a new controller, or I forget. But anyways, those are my low points there. They're still low points. That's my fault. Like if that was anybody else, they would have fucking brought shit to, you know, they would have dealt with it way earlier than I did. So that's nobody's fault but my own. But yeah, also got some second places here. I got an EU second. Got some podiums here. Another low at this EU2. At EU, yeah, EU2. Yeah, I don't remember that one, but oh no, yeah, I do remember that. I do remember that one. Yeah, that was one where Speed won in a TVR Cigaris, little bitch. Not Speed, the car. Again, I'm very consistent with just being mid. Right now, as if we're talking anything right now, I was just mid for that little era. This is such a mid resume from this point here. Alright? But I also won the Royal Bar 4 with Speed. And I did not think that I was gonna do as good as I did. Not gonna lie. I thought that Speed was just gonna be carrying, but I did get some nice blocks. Anyways, we all know who number 1 is. We know who the fuck number 1 is. We don't gotta skip over no more. I got Dundee as number 1, man. That's my number 1 greatest King player of all time. We talking consistency, tournament results. Then it's that man. He's been playing since Horizon 3, from what I know. I've never seen him in Horizon 2 back when it was out. You know, so I seen him play Horizon 2 back when Horizon 3 was out, like in Horizon 3's prime. We went back to it, but yeah, I mean, there's nobody that I don't feel like there's anybody that can say. Hold on, let me just go over it before I sound like a jackass. Let's just go over the resume. Fuck it, we got 25 minutes. It ain't gonna take us 25 minutes to go over Dundee's resume. But we got a first place in that Horizon 2 Team King tournament that I completely did forget about until like 3 months ago, where Dundee reminded me of it. Which everyone should be doing if I be forgetting about tournaments. Just put them in the DMs and I'll put them up here. Dominated the PKL, man. We don't even really have to. I'm just gonna say that. Dominated the PKL. 3-time 2v2 champion, 1-time River Drive champion, and 1-time King of King champion. That shit does not tell the whole story, though. Like I said earlier, he almost was 2 months undefeated. That shit has never happened before or after or since with Joey Mama. Well, yeah, they were undefeated for nearly 2 months. 7 fucking weeks in a row. They didn't lose a single game. And then also didn't lose a game in the Bar League. Was undefeated. A member of the 4 Horsemen in this game. Some lows here in the, like I said, he's only a 998 S2 in in the 1v1 division, and a lot of these, except that stolen win. I forget where that. I think that was the final lap. No, I think that was the run 2 actually. Yeah, it was where he lost the stolen. And that one was ugh. But yeah, got some lows there in them 1v1s, but then everything else is like you're not gonna see you don't see a drop off in skill from Dundee when it comes to free for alls. It's not happening. I do regard him, and I've talked to Trio. I think Trio would agree too. I think Trio would say me, but I think Dundee is better all time. You know, because especially with Horizon 5. Horizon 5, he I think that's where he passed me he passed me and added a gap between the number 2 and number 1 player of all time. Won the Royals 2. Got second at Royals 4. Then won the 2v2. Won 2 2v2 championships, I should say, rather. 2 tournaments. The Royals EU3 as well. So yeah, I know it's kind of fucking on the spot. Well, it is on the spot. And rushed through for the last 5, but it's really because I feel I needed to justify the other 5. These top 5 though, I shouldn't need to with the resume stuff. With the criteria I'm going off of. Again, you have to remember, man, I don't rank off skill. If we're talking skill, this is a different list. I'm somewhere in the 6 to 10 range, I say, if we're talking like skill, like peak skill. But we're not. I don't rank off of skill only because that skill got to show up when it matters most, and I think it matters most when there's a tournament and how long can you do it while it matters the most. I feel like nobody embodies that more than Dundee. I am looking at this list. I'm trying to move someone around mentally, but I feel comfortable with it. The honorable mentions, you can move that any way you want. I think it's perfect. Yep. Okay. Well, I am going to be streaming again in just 20 to 30 minutes. I'll probably give myself a little 10-minute grace period because this went way longer than I expected it to. So look for it around 3:10. Yeah, 20 minutes from now. 30 minutes from 30 minutes from now. And if you're not already signed up for the 2v2 tournament that is about to happen, sorry for not reading chat. Also, I really just was breezing through this because I want to get the tournament sorted out and ready to go. Okay, let me read this real quick, man. I'm about to be in college for graphic design with a job. I can still be a fan, no man. What the hell? I'm still. You want me not to be a fan? Speaking of today, I don't think Moon can make it. Looking for a replacement. Hey, I bet you Ryan McLaren. All right. I'll see you guys in the tournament. All right. Thank you so much for sitting through any part of it, any portion that you did. Even if you only stayed to hear your name and dipped on out of here for it afterwards, I don't care. A lot of this will change. I'll end on that. That'll be the last very thing I'll end on. A lot of this will change. There's some names here. There's some names that are not here, that are not on this screen at all right now, that by the time it's all said and done could be in the top 10 or will be in the top 10. I'd say even like Misty, he's easy lock for when he's done playing King. He's gonna be a top 10 player. He's an easy lock. Moth, easy lock. Spotless, easy lock. You know, like I feel like I'm gonna be moved down from all time even as time goes on. Like Trio and Tuner, they're not returning anytime soon. So Speed and Spec, it's only inevitable for them to eventually move up, unless they stop playing King completely. But I don't see why with Horizon 6, hopefully on the horizon. I'm not hype. Me and Tim, we're not hype about Horizon 6 as much as everyone else is. And I think it may be for different reasons, but my reason is just I feel like it's just gonna be Horizon 5.5, except it's gonna be more of a hassle because we're gonna have to, you know damn well they're not gonna allow us King players to transfer our custom maps that are made in the sky over from the previous Horizon to 6. So we're gonna have to sit there and rely on people to make maps from scratch all over again and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, who says the fit? I don't know, man. I'm just not. I don't care. Am I still gonna buy and play? Duh. Duh. I buy every fucking game and play every King. But I'm not like, oh, I can't wait, you know, as much as everyone else. But that's all I wanted to add. It is getting closer and closer. So I'm gonna get into the Discord and get this tournament started. I do know that the 24/7 stuff has to be updated as well. We'll get to that after the tournament because today is tournament day. Prioritize the tournaments. Okay? Alright, now I'm getting out of here. I'm getting out of your ear. Don't worry. Thank you for listening so much. Thank you for being a part of this top 10 list. And I'll see you guys in the tournament. Peace out.